Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example related to MCP file operation, where we will see how to write a data into a file using MCP tool. So to demonstrate this thing, what I will do, I will show you the program of my server file and my client file, and from there we will try to understand like how to write the data using MCP tool. Okay, so by the end of this session you will be able to understand the entire syntax and structure that we are supposed to follow for writing a logic to write the data into file with MCP tool. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to write data to a file. But prior to that, you should know about other things that we have already covered, like how to read the data and how to create the server and all the stuff that we have already covered. And for that, what you can do, you can refer the Tech Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available for all of you. In the description box, there you will find 3,800 plus sessions available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can easily consume the content. And in case if you have any queries or questions related to that, feel free to reach out to me through comment section. I would be more than happy to answer all your questions there. Okay. Alright, so let's get started and see how we can write the data. So as per the requirement, one thing is sure that we need one file where we will be writing the data. So in case if the file is there, it will write it. If it is not there, it will create the file and then write it. Okay. So let me delete this file, which is notes.txt, and we will create, I'll show you like what will happen if file is not there. Okay. So firstly we need to prepare the tool, and tool we will prepare in server. So here in server file mcp10 server.py, we will firstly import the tool that is FastMCP. Okay, and then on line number 18 we are using this line MCP equals to FastMCP file write server. Okay, so what it will do, it will create the server with file write server name, which is nothing but an identity for this server. After that, we are creating a tool that writes the content to a file, where W mode means write mode, that creates the file if it doesn't exist, and overwrite it completely if it is already existing. Okay, so I think with this, one thing is sure, like what we are going to build. Now the question is how we will build. So for building the tool, firstly we need to mention this decorator here, which is mcp.tool. So what it will indicate, it will indicate the program that after that after this line, the function that we are defining is not a normal function. Instead, it is a tool that we will be using for writing the data to our file. Okay, so one thing is sure, that this is important. Now in this write file method, what we are doing, we are receiving two parameter. One is file name, which is type of string. Second is content, which is again type of string. And after that, we will use these two parameter and will return the output as a string itself. Okay, now here you can see we have the try and except block. If you don't know what is try and except, don't worry, it's a error handling mechanism. Maybe in one of the session I'll cover that too, but for now what we are doing, we are mainly focusing on the MCP part. Okay, so you can see we are using with open file name W, which is a write mode, as F. Okay, you can give it any name, but I just keep it as F. So whenever I want to perform this operation, I will use f.write content. And now what is content? Content is something that we will receive from the parameter. Again, file name is also a parameter that we will be receiving. Okay, once we have both things, we will perform this f.write content for operation, and then we will simply show the message successfully wrote to file name and then the name of the file. This is positive scenario. But in case, let's say if there is any kind of error in it, so in that case this exception block will be executed, where it will show error writing file and then the error. Okay, so I think this part is done. Now server thing is ready, tool is ready, but the question is how we will call this tool. So to call this tool, what we will do, we will use this client.py file, where we are firstly importing few important things like async IO, client session, studio server parameter, studio client. Okay, so these are the important things that we need. After that, in main function I configured my server parameters. So I'll just write server params, studio server parameters, command Python, argument is mcp10 server.py. After that, we have async with studio client, server param as read write, async with client session, read write as session. Then we note down await session.initialize. So what basically it does, like this part of code is almost we write in every program, every example, because it basically connect our server with the client. Once it is connected, then you are good to use your tool. Okay, so here I am just printing connection successful. Then I'm writing content to a new file called notes.txt. Now see, there is no file with notes.txt name. There was, but I deleted it. So now there is no file. So we will simply call this tool, and as per the logic of this tool, if there is no data, if there is no existing file, it will create it. So let's see if create it or not. Okay, so I just write await session.callTool, write file, argument file name, notes.txt, content, and this is my content, this is my first line. And this time we are not going to make it overwritten because it's a first time, right? And then we will show the message, like whatever output it will return will be stored in result, and then we will show the result as it is list. So I'm printing the data. So let's save this code, execute the file, and see the magic. Like once we execute this program, it will create the file here. Okay, so you can see we got the message, connection successful, successful wrote to the next txt, and notes.txt is file ready. Okay, see the text. This is my first file. Okay, now I'll show you the other example where we will write here overwritten. That means this time the file is already there, and if we again call the same program, what will happen? It will overwrite the existing content. It will re-clear this notes.txt file and then rewrite the data. Let's see. I press enter, data edit, check the file. You can see first previous line is removed, but new line is added with overwritten. And overwritten is, I just note down just so that you can relate like how it works. Okay, so I think this part is clear to all of you. Now next what we will do in the upcoming session, we will discuss more operations related to file, because these things are very important, especially when we are going to work with the AI models. That time we might need this kind of logic to create applications and all. So that's why we are discussing it in detail. But before we discussed in next session, there is one question for all of you, as I'm going to share few very important interview questions and exam questions. So today's question is, what Python function do we use to read a file's content? Okay, just think about that function and just share your answer in the very short manner in the comment section. Now how these comments will help us? It will help us in three ways. First, it will help you to recall all the important questions for interviews and exam, because if you answer keep commenting on these questions, it will help you to recall the things in a timely manner. Second, let's say if someone is there who don't know the answer of this question, so they can simply refer your comment section and they can get the idea, right? Third, it will give me the notification in timely manner. So when you are writing the comment down, it will continuously send me the notification that you are referring these series, and accordingly if you are responding to these questions, then accordingly I will release more sessions to this playlist. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. and see you in the next session with new topics. Meanwhile, please do share your knowledge in the comment section for all the questions that we are discussing here. So yeah, see you in the next session. Thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.